What's up, friends? Welcome. Amanda Nybert, registered dietitian. I'm a little early, but I'm going to give everybody a chance to jump on and join live on all the platforms today. Going to do a live Q&A. When I say I have a ton of questions, you guys submitted a ton of questions all over the board. So a lot of great stuff to talk about. I'm gonna try to get through as many as I possibly can. Gonna try to keep this to about 45 minutes. But as I've been sharing for the past couple of weeks, really wanted to, trying to give you guys some great holiday gift ideas. Started out with the juicer, then we have the Yonana. If you want a big white fluffy cat, you may want to do that too, buddy. Ow! But today I've got another item that I'm super excited about, and that is this knife sharpener. So here's the thing. I'm obsessed with a good knife. And I actually gave a set of really good knives to my entire team last year. And, meal prepping with a good knife makes things so much easier. Do you love how I'm like wielding this knife? But as you guys know, I use and abuse my knives so much. And I usually, in the past, have sent them off to be sharpened. And I do it like every 2 years, which is kind of like ridiculous. I typically, before I use it, I do a quick, one of these things. But it's quite unbelievable how dull your knives can get and how quick they can get dull. So I was introduced to this electric knife sharpener, and guys, it works so well. So if you have a cook in your family, or you have someone who is, wanting to be a cook, wanting to stock a good kitchen, a good set of knives is a great place to be. But if you have, people like me, like my mother-in-law has great knives, my mom has great knives, I bet you they need a knife sharpener. So this is such a great tool. And I just want to show you kind of how easy it is. And I guess here's the deal, okay? So how do you know your knife needs to be sharpened? Well, I've learned you do the paper test, okay? So if you have a knife that won't cut paper, okay? So this one is not, clearly it needs to be sharpened, all right? Now this is a knife that I have already sharpened with this, and check that out. I mean, big difference, all right? And it really is just a couple of strokes in this knife sharpener to get your knives super duper sharp. So I'm gonna sharpen this one right here, right now, so you can see just how easy it is and how awesome this thing works. So this is got 3 chambers. This is the chef's choice, and basically you're just gonna swipe it through each chamber an equal amount of times. All right, so I'm gonna do about 8 swipes on each side. It's fail-proof, got a diamond blade. You really can't mess it up. So this is gonna kind of, all of these 3 chambers are gonna kind of take it through that sharpening process. And it's really easy. Now, the reason why my knives are in such bad shape, you guys know I love to cut on my granite. Okay, so I have granite countertops, super white. People yell at me all the time, you need a cutting board. And I got granite because I didn't want a cutting board. So that will dull your knife. Putting your knives in the dishwasher will dull your knife. Using it for inappropriate things. Like my kids love to get my good knives and, use them all over the house. So all of those things will kind of, and just over time, your knife is going to get much more dull. The duller your knife, the more risk for injury. And again, I'm just like, ever since I got this, I've been sharpening my knives like more often, and then I just feel like I'm cutting my food better. Okay, so let's see. Sometimes, because my knives have not been sharpened, like ever, especially this one, sometimes it takes a couple of swipes. So you know, I might have to do it again, but let's see where we are with this knife. Oh my gosh, right there. So this only took, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Is that not awesome? Oh my gosh. So I love this. I'm going to put the link when I repost the video for this product. I have a 20% off code, free shipping, Amanda20. So again, I love this option for another great gift idea. So let me know if you have any questions. Isn't that crazy? Guys, I just think this is crazy. Oh my gosh, it works so good. Let me know if you have any questions about this knife sharpener because it's really awesome. I've been sharpening. If you look at all my knives, like all of them are like razor sharp. This one's razor sharp. This one's razor sharp. I just did that one. I will say you cannot sharpen this, I guess are these serrated? So these knives don't go in it, but you can sharpen any, I don't know, flat blade? Yeah, so any questions about that? All right, let's get to your questions that you asked me. I'm just gonna kind of go through these because I have so many, and I'm gonna kind of answer them as quickly as possible. So the first question was about fiber. Does fiber break your fast? So a lot of fasting questions. And in most cases, yes, fiber is going to break your fast. However, I did just try this Inner Fuel bulletproof fiber in my bulletproof coffee this morning. You guys know that I'm currently wearing my CGM continuous glucose monitor. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, with NutriSense. I've been doing this with my clients for the past year. But this bad boy right here, continuous glucose monitor, looks at my glucose, obviously continuously. And when you're looking at, your glucose and looking at, does this break my fast? You're looking to see if there's a blood sugar response, okay? And when I drink my bulletproof coffee, which is, a combination of MCT oil with a little bit of butter, basically cream is just butter. My blood sugar usually drops, okay? So it has a negative impact on my blood sugar, which is a good thing. And then, so I went to try this and my blood sugar continued to drop. So far, this is the only fiber supplement that I have found that has not spiked my blood sugar. So TBD, but in most cases, you gotta watch out for that. Same thing with collagen. A lot of people ask about collagen in their coffee. You know, my general rule of thumb is, 40 calories or less is okay during your fast. But again, there's a lot of different schools of fasting. For example, purist of fasting will say you can't have anything. Some say you can't even have water while you're fasting. But most purists will say water, black coffee, unsweet tea, black tea, herbal tea, green tea with nothing in it. No sweeteners, anything that tastes sweet, zero, nada. But I'm all about 80-20, and the approach that I allow my clients to use is 40 calories or less. So as long as it's not over 40 calories, most likely it will not break your fast. However, everybody's different. So for example, I can consume artificial sweeteners, Splenda, Sweet and Low, Equal, and it does not impact my blood sugar. But I've had other clients who've worn CGMs or tested their blood sugar, and they consume artificial sweeteners, and it does impact their blood sugar. Now, I've not ever seen a client have any sugar response with stevia or monk fruit, those kind of all natural sugars. So again, it'll kind of vary. But back to the collagen, 1 scoop of collagen is under 40 calories, 2 scoops of collagen is over. Therefore, in my opinion, it will break your fast. So let me know if you guys have any other fasting questions. The next question was along the line of better glucose control, okay? Her questions were all about that. So her first question was, are you better off to eat low carb, high fiber bread, or are you better off to eat 100% high calorie whole wheat bread? And I think if you're looking for about a blood sugar response, you definitely want to use the low carb, high fiber bread. I think you're going to have a better blood sugar response with that. Now, with regards to bread, I I aim to be gluten-free, 80% of the time. So, I don't eat a ton of bread. But to answer that question, I would probably go with the low carb bread for sure. Same thing. She says you eat a lot of rice and potatoes. I eat a lot of rice, quinoa, beans, potatoes, fruit, corn products, those types of things. I actually had a gal, I just posted what I ate today and posted my macros because everyone's always like, share what you eat. And today I had about 1,900 calories and I had 167 grams of carbs and I had 47 grams of fiber. So, the net carb of that is, about 115 or something. 167 carbs is a phenomenal day for me. And I actually had someone reach out to me and say, you eat that many carbs? It's a mission of mine. Stop fearing macronutrients, okay? I talked about it in my TED Talk. Your fear of carbohydrates is causing you to fail. If you think 167 carbs is a lot, then again, that's why you continue to fail. So, most people don't realize that, yes, carbohydrates are, enemy number one. Carbs are enemy number one. Sugar is enemy number one. But you have to realize that the average American consumes 400 to 500 carbs. That's problematic, okay? Not 167 carbs. Most people can consume anywhere from 150 to 250 carbs and still lose weight. So I thought that was really interesting when she was like, man, you eat that many carbs? Yes, I do. So maybe it is a good thing that I show you what I eat. I have no clue what I was talking about. I was talking about, the rice and potatoes. Okay, so here's the deal with regards to blood sugar response. And again, I have a lot of experience. This is, basically I've worn a CGM for over 3 months total. I've had, hundreds of clients wear them, a lot of data to kind of look at. And it is the combination of the food you eat with your rice and potatoes and corn that make the biggest impact. So don't fear rice and potatoes, but when you eat rice and potatoes, you've got to have protein, fiber, and fat. All right. And this is what I teach my clients. Okay. Every meal with carbohydrates, basically every meal has to have protein, fiber, and fat. Protein, ideally in the form of quality animal protein. Fiber, ideally in the form of vegetables. Fat, ideally in the form of healthy fats. Okay. Then you add your carbohydrates. Potatoes, rice, corn, quinoa. Now, actually consuming a couple of bites of your protein and fiber first, your protein and vegetables first, improves the glucose response of that rice and potatoes, okay? It significantly does. So if you sit down and the first thing that you eat are bites of rice and potatoes, your blood sugar is gonna go higher than if you sit down and you eat bites of protein and vegetables first. So a couple of tips for this gal that's looking for better blood sugar response, okay? Better blood sugar control. Number one, movement around meals is extremely powerful, okay? Extremely powerful. Simply walking for 5 to 10 minutes after a meal improves your blood sugar response by 10 to 30%, okay? So that's number one. Make it a goal to move around your meals. Take your 30-minute lunch break, eat for 20 minutes, and walk for 10. After dinner, go for a walk around the house, do laundry, clean, do something. But movement around meals is very powerful. Number two, the order in which you eat your food is very powerful. So protein, fiber, and fat first, carbohydrates second, okay? And then the combination of your meal matters as well. I would not recommend just sitting down and eating an apple, okay? I would recommend eating an apple with peanut butter, okay? And eating some of the peanut butter first type of thing. I wouldn't recommend sitting down to a bowl of, fried rice. I would recommend sitting down to a bowl of, chicken with fried rice, all right? So hopefully that helps. Okay, so we talked about what breaks your fast. Again, lots of different, there's a lot of different, camps on this. But I've had, nearly 30,000 people go through my lean program with the goals of 40 calories or less, and they see great results. So, you know, a lot of times I feel like sometimes, again, I will not buy into anything that's all or nothing. And so I feel like you've got to have levels and give people options, all right? And then you can kind of build in it. I'll tell you, when I started fasting, my morning drink was a cup of chocolate creamer with a splash of coffee, all right? The fact that I drink black coffee now is unbelievable to me. So if somebody told me the only way to fast would be to drink black coffee, I never would have fasted, okay? And Dr. Fung talks about it, the godfather of fasting. He talks about, you know, fasting with a Diet Coke is better than not fasting at all. So over time, because I wanted to continue to get the benefits and accelerate, I don't know, just continue to increase the benefits of fasting, I learned to like black coffee. Okay, so somebody asked about protein snacks before and after they play tennis. I love that. Something other than a protein shake or a protein bar. She's like, I need new ideas. And here's the thing, you know, there's only so many foods that have protein, okay? Animal protein, nuts, seeds, protein shakes, protein bars, you know, so I'm not sure I'm going to come up with anything radically different than, you know, what I say over and over. But some suggestions would be, I mean, I think fuel before and after an exercise like tennis, you should be eating a little protein, a little carb. So apple and peanut butter, banana and peanut butter, hard-boiled eggs, beef sticks. Of course, I love a protein shake. I love a protein bar. Those are really easy. You know, maybe some Greek yogurt, maybe some hummus, edamame hummus, maybe some edamames, maybe a little, you know, bowl of edamame pasta. That's really high in protein. Dried edamame. Pro granola. Somebody actually asked about cereal. Wanted to know I need to pull it out. A cereal, they said I'm gluten-free, I'm dairy-free, but sometimes I crave cereal. This bad boy, I love this stuff, okay? Basically, you can only get it on their website or Amazon. I don't know anywhere else to get it, but it's gluten-free, dairy-free. Not all their flavors are dairy-free, but I think about half of them are. Each serving, which is a half a cup, has 12 grams of protein. It's got 15 grams of carbs, but it's got 14 grams of fiber. So it's high fiber, high protein. So you can snack on this. So those are mine. If I didn't mention any snacks, high protein snacks that you use, let me know. Next question was about pre-loading your macros. Okay, so this is about tracking. So in Lean, Living Energized and Nourished, we practice macro management, and basically, it's all about nutritional awareness, okay? Tracking is not sustainable forever, but I find when my clients actually track for 7 weeks, they learn so much, okay? You know, I talk about it all the time. Optimizing your protein intake is our number one goal in Lean. It should be your number one goal for weight loss. And, you know, after 7 weeks, you kind of know what it takes to hit your protein goal. My protein goal is about 120, 130 grams a day. You saw today how I hit that in my stories. It's a lot easier for me to hit my protein now than it was, say, 10 years ago. So, you know, tracking can be very powerful, very powerful. Preloading your macros is basically, at the end of the day, you're watching your favorite TV show and you are going to load what you plan to eat tomorrow. That's what it means to preload your macros, okay? In Lean, we carb cycle, so tomorrow is actually our first low carb day. And so it's a good idea on your low carb day to go ahead and think about, okay, well, I'm gonna do a bag salad, I'm gonna do, you know, a healthy choice, I'm gonna do this, that, load it all in, and then see where you fall. If you're like, ooh, I'm a little low on protein, I'm gonna add a little bit more protein to lunch. Or, oh, I'm a little high on my carbs. Instead of an apple with peanut butter, I'm gonna do hard-boiled eggs on a low carb day. So that's the benefit of pre-loading your macros, okay? So basically, you're just going to, you know, load what you plan to eat the next day. It's good for planning. and it's good for balancing out your macros. A lot of people get to the end of the day, they put everything in, and then they see how far off they are with regards to their goals. And I mean, that's fine to do every once in a while, but if every single day you end your day and you haven't hit your protein, you need to plan better, all right? So I love preloading the macros. I think it's very helpful. And you kind of do it at night, and then you can just edit what happens, what doesn't happen for the day to come. Okay, here's another question, clearly from one of my clients. So in Lean, I teach macro management, and I have so many people that reach out to me and say, Amanda, I've done a macro coach, I've done a macro program, and it just never works, I don't understand it. It's hard to hit my macros. How are you going to be different? I promise you, I'm going to be different, okay? Because my approach to macros is, I feel like, significantly different than everybody else's. I do not force my clients to eat their macros, okay? So we set their macros, but the only macro that my clients are encouraged to hit every day is protein, okay? Here's the deal. In the body, there's kind of two pathways, okay? When the body has adequate amounts of protein, when you consume adequate amounts of protein, because there are no readily available storage forms of protein in the body. Protein is the one macronutrient that we must consume adequate amounts on a daily basis. All right. We have days and months of carbohydrate stores in our body. We have days and months of fat stores in our body. We don't have really any protein stores. We do, but there are muscles and tissues, and we don't want to be breaking down muscles and tissues. All right. So when you give your body sufficient amounts of protein, you can effortlessly burn fat, okay? The body's not worried about protein, it can burn fat, all right? When you restrict the body of protein, then you force the body to stop burning fat to go find the protein it needs. So you can't have both, all right? You either give the body enough protein to burn fat. If you don't give enough the body the protein, you stop burning fat and your body goes to seek the protein. So that's how it works. So for that reason, it is the one macronutrient that I say, guys, you got to hit it. This is your minimum, okay? Everything else is more of just a guideline, all right? So this lady is asking, I get 1,600 calories a day. I typically average about 1,200 calories a day. You told me that I should be eating under my calories. Is 400 under my calories enough? All right, so this gal completely misunderstood me, all right? So she has 1,600 calories. Boo, you can eat 1,600 calories, all right? That is your caloric deficit. When I set up my clients' macros, I set them in a deficit. So that's her deficit. If she eats 1,600 calories every day, hits her protein goal, she's gonna lose weight. All right, for some reason, because I said you don't have to hit your calorie goal, she thinks she has to eat under her calories. No, that's not what I'm saying. So the bottom line is your macros will never be perfect, all right? So I told her that. I was like, make sure you listen because I'm going to explain this to you. If you hit your protein and you eat 1,400 calories, awesome. If you hit your protein and you eat 1,600 calories, awesome, okay? My thing is that I don't want to force my clients to eat when they're not hungry. All right, if you're full and satisfied at 1,300 calories, then don't eat, okay? I mean, I'm very much into intuitive eating, and I know macros, tracking your food is against the whole intuitive eating space, but I'm not gonna force you to eat when you're not hungry, all right, period. So with that being said, then she says, well, how do I get my calories up without going over my fats and carbs? And I said, well, that might not be possible. Here's the thing. Again, when you do macros, a macro approach, and you think that your macros are going to be green every day and perfect, you're going to fail because it never works. That's like hitting the lottery. So some days your fats may be over, your carbs may be low, okay? But you're within your calories, all right? Weight loss is about adequate protein and caloric deficit, okay? Carbs and fats don't matter. I don't want to bust your bubble, but that's the bottom line, all right? Carbs and fats don't matter as long as you're in a caloric deficit and you're getting adequate protein, okay? So it's not uncommon for my fats to be really high and I still be within my caloric goal. It's not uncommon for my carbs to be really high and my calories still be within my goal. All right. Now, obviously, because carbs, proteins, and fats make up your caloric intake, they all three can be high. So there is a little give and take there. All right. So again, I hope that answers your question. I see a lot of questions coming up. I need to, I'll scroll back and try to answer them or get them on the replay. Okay, and I'll give you a short answer. If you're concerned about under-eating, under-consuming calories, which in the long run can impact your how quickly you hit a plateau and your ability to see long-term weight loss. Again, I don't encourage under-eating. I think it does more harm than good. So for this gal, my suggestion would be, like, for example, I was talking to a girl today and she needs to eat an extra 300 calories. And she's like, I just don't know how I'm going to get an extra 300 calories in. Like, I don't relate to these people because it'd be really easy for me to get another 300 calories. But I said fats, healthy fats. That's what you do. One avocado is 400 calories. I said, you need 300 calories? Eat a fourth of an avocado. Put it on your chili, put it in your salad, mash it in your smoothie, that's the easiest way to get your calories up. All right. So speaking of oils, I've been posting a lot about seed oils. I am just really passionate, still learning a lot about PUFA oxidation. Here's the thing. Something is wrong with our metabolism, especially women. Something is wrong, okay? Something has shifted in the last 10, 20, 30 years with regards to our metabolic rate. And I'm really fascinated by it. You guys go to the beach and you read romance novels. I go to the beach and I read about PUFA oxidation. I still don't have the full story. I'm continuing to share bits and pieces of what I'm learning, but I'm really passionate about helping women repair their metabolism. And your metabolism starts at, a mitochondria level, The mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cells. And when they're dysfunctional, the whole body is dysfunctional. So talking a lot about seed oils, PUFA oxidation, and I know it can be overwhelming and confusing. And I'm not all or nothing. For example, I love a bag salad. I'm about convenience, guys, okay? I feel like I'm all about simplifying nutrition, all right? And to me, eating a bag salad with a piece of grilled chicken is a hell of a lot better than eating a hamburger and french fries, okay? So I get a lot of questions about the bag salads. Freaking love them. Eat them all the time. Do you eat the whole bag? I eat the whole bag, okay? I need volume. This is a lot of volume. I need it, all right? So I always eat the whole bag. I usually pull the cheese out just because I do try to be dairy-free 80% of the time, and I feel like the cheese is not that good. So I just pull that out. That's the only thing that I usually pull out. Do I use the dressing? Yes. Is it made with seed oils? Yes. Everything is, okay? So, everything, I'm trying to see if I can find canola oil. Everything's made with soybean oil. Canola oil, you cannot escape it, okay? It's everywhere. But if you're cooking with it, you can improve that, okay? You can buy salad dressings. Like, you can say, I'm going to eat all this and I'm not going to use the salad dressing. I'm going to, buy one that has better, ingredients. These are, again, just knowledge is key. Awareness is key. So the questions about the bag salads, I eat it all. I pretty much eat everything. I usually toss out the cheese. I always add protein. And yes, I do use the salad dressing about that. So when we're talking about oils, the biggest question is, what do you cook with? Okay, if you're making brownies or you're making pancakes or, baking, what do you cook with? I use avocado oil, okay? Avocado oil. I buy this at Costco. Does not change the flavor of anything that I'm cooking. So when I need an oil to replace a vegetable oil, that's what I use. So lots of questions about that. Questions about my mealtime. What are your meal times? So I typically fast for 14 to 16 hours. I typically eat my first meal around 10 or 12. I think Sis wants to be on film. Sis, you want to say hi?
Do we have any yogurt?
I think that there's one right there in front of you. She's getting a midnight snack. So I typically break my fast between 10 and 12. And then I will eat something around 3. And then I'll eat dinner around 6. And then I might have another snack right before I wrap up my window at 7:30, 8. So my eating window is typically between 10 and 8, 10 and 8, 12 and 8 if I'm doing a 16-hour fast. Again, my key, I feel like for most people, fasting beyond 16 hours is not beneficial because of protein optimization. So not only do you have to hit your protein goal, you need to space your protein out, okay? And those are two very important things that I teach in my lean program. So I always say, take your protein goal divided by 3, all right? So I need 120 grams of protein a day. That is 40 grams per meal, all right? So that's what I'm aiming for. So I typically do 40, 40, 20, 20 is what I'm looking at. So I think fasting beyond 16 hours reduces protein optimization. And actually, there was a really powerful study that just came out about a month or 2 ago that might turn intermittent fasting a little bit upside down with regards to protein utilization, because what it showed is that protein utilization is highest around 10 o'clock, mid-morning. So, and we do know fasting with the sun is the most beneficial way to fast. If you can fast with the sun, meaning you stop eating when it gets dark and you start eating when it's light out, it is the best circadian rhythm fasting. So that research, may prove to be pretty powerful. So we'll see. As I learn, I will evolve. I will always be changing as I learn more, and, follow along or think I'm crazy. Whatever you want. Okay, the next question was, do you blend your shake with milk and almond milk and fruit, or do you just mix it with water? I just mix mine with water. Okay, you guys know if you follow me, I'm obsessed with the Arbonne protein powder. It's dairy-free. I am even more obsessed with their new formula, the Simply One. It's super low carbs. It's only 5 carbs, 4 grams of fiber, so 1 net carb, 20 grams of protein. I typically do 3 scoops at a time, so that's how I get 30 grams. I add my fiber boost, which gives me another 12 grams of fiber. So my shake has, how did I get 47 grams of fiber today? Well, my shake had, 16 grams of fiber. My lean cuisine, because everybody was out tonight, running around, baseball, basketball games. This had 9 grams of fiber, so I had one of these. Love these. I'll talk more about those. And I did have my inner fuel this morning, so that was another 6 grams of fiber. And then my bag salad was only 2 grams of fiber. I cannot believe that all this cabbage, oh no, that's for 1 serving. So there's 4 servings. So it's still only 8 grams of fiber. It's so sad. But so yeah, I just mix my shake with water. I love it. Easy, I don't need a blender, it's on the go, fast and furious. That's what I do. Okay. Somebody asked, is it okay to strength train 5 days a week? Absolutely, yes. I'm such a fan of strength training. Again, as we age, women's metabolism take a hit due to sarcopenia, the loss of muscle mass. Building muscle, getting strength training should be at the top of your list, okay? So somebody asked tips for menopause. Menopause, okay? As we age, these are the things that should be very high on your list. Adequate sleep, okay? Somebody asked me, what do you love most about your Oura Ring, okay? The sleep, all right? The difference between an Oura Ring and like an Apple Watch or a Garmin is the Oura Ring is 24/7, kind of like the CGM. CGM's 24/7, Oura Ring is 24/7. I actually just ordered the new generation. Excited to get that. Whereas the Apple Watch, or the Garmin's and stuff, they pull data every couple of hours, okay? So it's not gonna be as accurate, all right? So I love the sleep data, the recovery data that I get from my Oura Ring, probably my favorite feature. So menopause women, sleep has to be at the top of your priority. And you wanna make sure it's quality sleep, okay? There's a research article that just came out that showed that people that got less than 7 hours of sleep were 3 times as likely to be hospitalized with the whole, stuff we're dealing with right now. Yeah, so sleep factors. Those people that drink one sugary beverage a day were 10 times more likely to be hospitalized. So guys, what you eat matters for your health and wellness. I mean, we know that, it's just nobody else is talking about it. So what was I talking about? Oh, so menopause. So sleep is number 1. Strength training is number 2. Building lean muscle mass. It is the most effective way to increase your metabolism, okay? Period. Lift weights, build muscle. So can you strength train 5 days a week? Absolutely. I would just, provide adequate recovery, adequate nutrients, adequate food, adequate protein, all of those things. And then the last, kind of big thing I would say for women with menopause would be reduce alcohol. I know it's an unpopular opinion, and trust me, I love to drink. But alcohol, extremely high inflammatory, and eat a ton of whole food nutrition, tons of whole foods. Those are the 4 things that you can, there's no supplement. Here's the thing. Anything that you're dealing with, if you have diabetes, hypertension, Hashimoto's, your thyroid is out of whack, your hormones are out of whack, all of that stuff, IBS, Crohn's, colitis, anything. You can't get better until you start doing the foundational work, all right? And so there's no point in spending thousands of dollars on supplements if you're not doing the foundational work. And the foundational work is sleep, strength training, whole food nutrition, reducing alcohol, reducing your stress. I mean, that's what you got to focus on first and foremost. So I know we all want a quick fix. We all want a pill. Someone asked me, what about taking choline to increase fat burn? And I was like, I have never in my life heard of people taking choline for increased fat burn. But I've had a bunch of genetic testing, and I know choline is my superfood. That's why I eat a ton of eggs. So just eat a ton of eggs. It's a great source of choline, not a pill. There's no pill out there that's going to do what you need it to do. Trust me. If there was, somebody would already created it, found it, and made millions on it. Okay, cereal. I talked about my favorite cereal. Somebody I saw mentioned Catalina Crunch. I don't think it tastes near as good. It's like a really kind of dry, what is that? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But maybe you'll like it. So those are 2 that Catalina Crunch is definitely way more available than this stuff, but that's my favorite cereal. What counts towards your water? So everyone's always like, can you count your coffee? Can you count your tea? Can you count your water in your protein shake, towards your water? And I mean, I guess technically, if it's that hard to get your water in, sure, go for it, okay? For me, I try to drink 2 of these a day of water. I think they're about 30 ounces. And then, so I'm getting about 60 ounces of water. And then I do count the 20 ounces of water I put in my protein shake. I don't ever really count my coffee. So it's kind of insignificant. Yes, if you need to, you can count those. Okay, can you still build muscle and fast? Absolutely you can. Now, this is kind of a 2-part question, okay? If you are a bodybuilder, if you are a physique model, if you are a professional athlete, if you're a collegiate athlete, if you're even a high school athlete, if you're, training for ultra marathons or Ironmans, your nutritional needs are significantly different than mine, okay? So when someone asks me, can I work out, build muscle, and fast and be successful? I'm assuming you're like me, okay? You're doing about a 45-minute to an hour workout a day. You know, you're not in the gym 4 or 5 hours. You know, you're not powerlifting for 3 hours, all right? Those type of people have different needs, okay? Yes, they may require more nutrients around their workouts, okay? But if you work out at 6 a.m., the protein that you ate at 8 p.m., the protein you ate the night before is going to support your morning workout, okay? And I know just from my own personal experience, you know, I've been doing a 16-hour fast for the last almost 5 years. And I did, you know, kind of a 4-month program where I was really intense, eating more calories, not in a deficit, progressive overload, strength training, and I was able to add 5 pounds of muscle, reduce my body fat. I reduced my body fat by 2%, and I did it while fasting. So it's possible, okay? I think nutrition timing is, the science is weak for the average Joe, all right? There are a lot of things that you can do to support your fasted workout, specifically electrolytes and branched chain amino acids. So that's my answer for that. Yes, collagen will break your fast if it's over 40 calories. Can you take too much magnesium? I love this question. You guys know I'm so passionate about magnesium. Minerals are your missing link. If you follow me, I post a lot about that. You know, we're not getting enough fat-soluble vitamins, K, D, A, E. Who's talking about that? Nobody. We all should be talking about that. We're definitely not getting enough magnesium. We're definitely not getting enough potassium. These are things that people aren't talking about. And it's just like, why? Why are we not talking about this? We're talking about greens that don't help, that don't do anything, you know? So if I'm gonna supplement, I want to have a significant return on my investment, all right, with regards to my supplements. So, magnesium is my number one. Can you take too much magnesium? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Typically, if you take too much magnesium, you will have rapid heartbeat. You know, you'll feel like you're, not really like chest pains, but your heart beats really fast. You'll have explosive diarrhea. It's pretty evident when you take too much magnesium. And that's why oral magnesium is a challenge, you know? So that's why I recommend transdermal magnesium, especially for people that are looking to optimize their magnesium levels. You know, I'm all about optimizing your magnesium levels. You have to request a magnesium RBC, which is not a serum magnesium, to get your actual magnesium levels. Optimal levels are 6.5 to 7. It's hard. I'm still working to optimize mine. And high doses of oral mag create, explosive diarrhea or, rapid heartbeat. It's not good. So transdermal mag, like the soak that I use, the 30-day soak challenge, DM me if you want information about it, allows your body to uptake the magnesium it needs without the GI side effects. So this is the best way. This is the other magnesium product that I use, the electrolyte balance. I'm actually going to be asking for a soda stream for Christmas. It's really the only thing on my Christmas list, which is a blessing. That means that I have no needs. So I'm going to ask for a soda stream so I can start making my own magnesium bicarb. So I use this as my electrolytes. I get a lot of questions about my favorite electrolytes, which is the Ultima, the grape. I go through like one of these a week, you know? People always say, can you have too many electrolytes? For a product like this, it's lower on the sodium side. This only has 55 milligrams of sodium. No, you can't. For another product that I use a lot of is the Redmond's Relight. I love Redmond's. It's my favorite salt. I even have the little salt shakers that I take around with me. Salt, I'll do a whole live on that, guys, okay? Because just like that, salt got a bad rap. So this product has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. So I will only do one of these a day, okay? Because I like to do the grape too. So I'll use both of these at the same time. If I'm sweating a lot, really hot, I might do more than one a day. But so when you talk about electrolytes, can you have too many? I think it just depends on which one you're using. Some are much higher in salt than others. But those are the ones that I love the most. So yeah, you can get too much mag. However, you need a lot of mag in order to improve your levels. So choline for fat burn. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll have to research that. Healthy popcorn. Somebody asked me why microwave popcorn was so bad. My husband says microwave popcorn is so bad. And it comes down to the packaging. I mean, it's kind of like nothing's perfect in this world, you know? So I guess the packaging is kind of like the Teflon pan. So it's not ideal, the packaging, and then the oils that they cook it in and the chemicals they use are not ideal. So how do you make healthy popcorn? Very simple, all right? All you do is you take a brown paper baggie, okay? You put your kernels in it, all right? You add some salt. I don't even think that, that's all you do. I don't even think you have to add any oil or anything. I might need to check that. Roll it down, put it in the microwave, and pop it up. So it's actually really cool. I'll do a Reels on it, but Google homemade popcorn, and it's really fun and easy to do. Someone says Trader Joe's olive oil popcorn. Here's the thing. A lot of times when things say olive oil, they do have olive oil, but they also have the unhealthy oils. I have this. So for example, I have all this crap in my in here. Oh yeah, for my good and bad examples. This is what it's like to live with a dietitian. So for example, this olive oil mayo, yes, you may grab it and be like, oh, that's a healthy fat, olive oil mayo. The first ingredient is water. The second ingredient is soybean oil. So the third ingredient is olive oil. So it actually has more soybean oil in it than it does olive oil. So this is how they trick you, you know? Whereas if you get like the Sir Kensington, this is made with avocado oil, all right? So there's a lot of products out there that are gonna be, you know, more avocado oil, that are gonna have healthier oils in it. You know, lots of salad dressings out there, so you just kind of have to look at it. Okay, what are we at? Ooh, gosh, okay, we gotta wrap it up. Let me see what else. We talked about the bag salads. Do you have a program for men? I have so many men that do my lean program. I actually have a spouse add-on. So a lot of women kind of drag their men in there with them. So it's a significant discount. All the workout, you can do all the workouts and everything. So yeah, jump in. What's my favorite part about the Oura Ring? We said that. How to stop sweet cravings. Okay, here's the deal. Real quick, optimize your magnesium. Sugar cravings are a symptom of low magnesium. Number 2, eat a ton of fiber, fat, and protein. Okay, eat a ton of micronutrients. Number 3, eat a ton of fruit. Like, this is my biggest suggestion for you guys over the next 6 weeks. Eat a ton of whole foods, okay? That's my strategy, is I'm gonna eat a ton of protein, a ton of veggies, you know, a ton of rice, a ton of like whole foods. If I crave sugar, I'm gonna eat a ton of fruit, okay? I'm not gonna eat, you know, processed, you know, crap. I'm not gonna eat pretzels, and I'm, you know, if I'm craving something salty, I'm not gonna eat pretzels. I'm gonna, you know, grab a cucumber with some salt on it or something. If I'm craving something sweet, I'm not gonna eat cookies or donuts. I'm gonna eat an apple with peanut butter. I'm gonna eat a banana. I'm gonna get my Yo-Nana out. You guys, I'm gonna do another live with the Yo-Nana. It is the other awesome Christmas gift that your whole family will love. So much fun. We've been making that Yo-Nana ice cream almost every night with the frozen bananas. So it's just frozen bananas and it tastes so good. So if you shift your mindset to like, you know what, I'm not gonna focus on weight loss for the next 6 weeks, but I am gonna focus on food quality. It matters. You're gonna be so much ahead of the game in the new year than you are now. Than everybody else who's like, might as well, did you listen to my TED Talk? Might as well eat like an asshole for the next 6 weeks. Start fresh in January. The other perspective you've got to think about is, might as well eat like an asshole because Thanksgiving and Christmas and holiday parties. But when you look at November and December, I think there's 61 days between the 2 months. If you eat 3 meals a day for 60 days, okay, that's 180 meals. You are basing your inability to stay on track on basically 5 to 10 meals, less than 10%, all right? When you have, 170 meals that you could stay on track. So stop using the holidays as an excuse. And yes, it's not the most ideal time to be in a caloric deficit and be, crushing tracking and things like that. So if that feels overwhelmed, just simply focus on eating an abundance of the right foods. It matters, guys. It matters, all right? And I'm always so shocked because I work with so many people that, will say, Amanda, I have such a sweet craving and I'll do good for 2 or 3 days and then I, binge on Skittles. And I say, well, okay, so why don't you eat fruit? And they say, well, fruit's really high in sugar. And I'm like, yeah, but fruit is also high in antioxidants. It's also high in phytochemicals. It's also high in fiber. It's also high in micronutrients, minerals, vitamins. So here's the deal. A lot of times that sugar craving, again, it's like a magnesium deficiency. Your sugar craving is a micronutrient deficiency. So I promise, if you eat unlimited amounts of fruit, okay, in combination of protein, fibers, and fats, then eventually 3 or 4 days later, you're going to be fine. Like you're not going to have those intense sugar cravings. So again, that's another tip. Somebody says, again, tips for right now. Okay, my biggest suggestion right now would be to drink a ton of water, stay well hydrated, a ton of electrolyte water, and eat a ton of whole foods. Stop trying to restrict yourself. Stop trying to starve yourself. Stop trying to make up for the weekend. Just eat an abundance of whole foods. And to me, this is whole foods. To me, this is whole foods, okay? Like, that's what I mean. Like, stop overthinking it. Like, don't tell me you don't have $5 to go to the freezer section and buy this bad boy, which tastes amazing, has 34 grams of protein in it, and it's gonna fill you up. It's a big one. It's a max, okay? It ain't expensive. It's easy, So it's like, don't overthink it, I mean, people are like, oh, well, a bag salad's not good for you. Well, it's better than pretzels. It's better than hamburgers and French fries. It's better than what you might have been eating. So keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Okay, a couple more. We talked about Rex for menopause. Tips for stopping binge eating. Again, I think it's just a matter of not restricting yourself, allowing yourself to eat as much whole food nutrition as you possibly want, okay? And I think once you allow yourself to eat an abundance of the right foods, then the need to binge on the wrong foods reduces, for sure. Okay, I'm going to jump in and try to answer just a couple of questions on Instagram, and then we will call it a night. Got my friends on TikTok. What's up, TikTok? Yes. Who's behind you? I don't know. People on TikTok are really kind of weird, but that's okay. I love them too. Facebook over here. Okay, so I got to get right up in my, I'll get in trouble for talking about my TikTok people. Okay, so let's see here. Do you order from Thrive Market? I don't have a Thrive membership, but I should. Yes, I love bag salads. What's the meal box? I'll share it. This is the Healthy Choice. I love the Healthy Choice brand. They just have a lot of great options. I love that they have this plant-based bowl, so it's not a lot of plastic. The macros are good. They're high protein. Remember, you want something with a lot of protein. So I love, this is one of my favorite brands for the brand. What do you have to say about bag salads? I love bag salads. Yes. Go to the beginning of the video. You'll see those Max meals are great. Yes, I love those. Almond butter. I love almond butter. Do you use an air fryer? Yes, I love my air fryer. I actually posted I love my air fryer. I wish it was bigger. So if you're investing in an air fryer, I would say get a big one. Get like a 5-quart one. Get one of the ones that are kind of like, I don't know, an oven. That's my only complaint, is that I feel like I have to batch a lot of stuff. I love my air fryer. I think it is awesome. I ran a half marathon, fasted, easy peasy. Here's the thing for my runners. My runners are always so, because I guess in the running community, and trust me, I'm not a runner. Like, I know nothing. Don't come to me about running. There's a lot of other people that are more, but I guess there's just so much information about the need to like carb load and goo and just over fuel. And I work with a lot of runners that are like, I run, 20, 30 miles a week and I'm still gaining weight. And I think it's an issue of like over fueling with carbohydrates, not fueling with enough protein. And here's the other thing. Most of you are sugar burners. So you're running on sugar. Once you get your body adapted to be more of a fat burner, converting from a sugar burner to a fat burner, it takes time, okay? It's like running. The first time your body has to look for fat for fuel, it's like a lazy couch potato. It's like, wait a minute, you're not gonna cook my food, you're not gonna prep my food, you're not gonna bring it to me and feed it to me. Like, I actually have to get off the couch and go find my fuel. It really runs you down. Like, you feel it. I always say when you start fasted workouts, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to adapt to those. But once your body becomes more efficient, they're like, okay, I gotta find my fuel, gotta cook it, gotta use it. It becomes a lot easier, So like the first time you run a mile, you think you're gonna die. But every time you run a mile, it gets easier and easier. So I have a lot of runners that do my program that find great flexibility with the fasting and seeing results and PRs and all sorts of things. So that's exciting. Love the truffle straw. Drizzle with organic butter or salt after you air pop it. Yes. So that's what I do. Yeah, I don't think you have to put anything. So easy to make on the stove. Yes. An air popper is great. What kind of pans do you use? I'm still doing a lot of research. I usually use my cast iron skillet. That's what I cook on the most. Oh, you can't see it. I got my whole setup over here. But there's my cast iron skillet. But I'm learning more about iron and iron toxification and how that impacts our metabolism. So I'm switching. I do have our pan. I love it. I think it's great. I don't think it's super toxic free. So I need to look into that a little bit more. Yay, your passion is infectious. Yay, should we supplement with vitamin K, potassium? I do. I get potassium in my electrolytes. I take a K supplement. Yes, absolutely. Are the electrolyte powders similar to what's out there pushing alkalinity in the body? No, I think that's a different principle. A lot of the alkaline water does have added electrolytes, but kind of two different principles. The grape is awesome. Everybody loves the grape Ultima. Is riding a Peloton, which is cardio and strength training. Okay, riding a Peloton is not strength training. Okay, sorry to bust your bubble. Maybe when you're going up those hills a little bit, get off the bike and do their body workouts. I would say Peloton is mainly cardio. Will you be able to rewatch it? Yes. I work out fasted all the time, no issues. What's wrong with working out fasted? Nothing. Nothing is wrong. Okay, perfect. I'm going to wrap it up. Hi from Australia. What is up? I think I need to make a house visit to you for sure. Whirl Popper is good for popcorn on the stove. I love that. Love my cast iron skillet. She'll make her mag bicarb with the soda stream. Yeah, I'm going to do that. What are you going to do with the soda stream? Yes, so the soda stream is going to be so I can make my magnesium bicarbonate much cheaper than this, because magnesium bicarbonate has to be combined with carbonated water. So that's what I'm making my soda stream. I've been on your program for 3 weeks and my running has so improved. I love that Runkin Rum. Our electrolyte powders. Okay, you asked that again. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. This live Q&A was brought to you by Chef's Choice Knife Sharpener. Guys, I love this. Again, I don't make any money if you buy it or you don't buy it, okay? I don't have any affiliate codes for this, but it is a great Christmas gift along with the other ones that I presented. So I've got a lot more coming for you, Christmas gift ideas, healthy Christmas gift ideas for the ones you love. So keep me posted, all right? Love you guys, yay. I'm gonna sign off over here on Facebook. Definitely gonna say bye to TikTok, yay. What magnesium supplement do you suggest? I'd use the transdermal mag and the electrolyte balance, but you guys on TikTok, there's no way for us to chat. It's so frustrating. So DM me on Instagram any of your questions. I'm happy to answer those. So love you guys. And now, all right, Instagram, love you guys. So fun. Let's do it again. Coming back for live Q&A, answering all your questions. I will put this on the replay. I don't know how anything. Oh, I can have people join. Somebody asked a question. Oh, look at all these questions. Dang. See, I don't even know how to do it. Talk to you soon.